Hi everyone, Janie here. Welcome back to my garden. So earlier today, I filmed my February front garden tour. If you all haven't seen that, check it out. I will link it in the description down below and at the end of this video. But if I noticed one thing in that video is that my front garden is a mess. It is getting overrun with weeds. It is just that time of year where we are getting a lot of rain. It was raining this morning and it's supposed to rain later today as well. And the weeds are just loving it. They're so happy with this weather. And then I haven't been out here and the weeds are just absolutely taking over. So while I can, I want to get out here and I want to get some good cleanup done. And I hope I am not boring you guys with these cleanup videos because I feel like that's all I'm putting out lately is just garden cleanup videos, and now it's garden weeding videos. But that's what we're doing this time of year. You know what I mean? It's just that time of year. Plus, I'm compounded a little bit because I didn't do any fall cleanup this past fall season. I waited, I pushed it all till spring. I still think that that's a good idea, but now I'm kind of kicking myself because I have so much cleanup to do. But anyway, that's just my goal, is to try and get as much done as I can while the weather is still cooperating. It's a little windy, so I don't know. I have double layers on today, so my California blood can't handle this this temperature. But I'm gonna try and make it work. I really want to get this cleaned up. So first thing I need to do is get this lion's tail cut back, Leonardus, I think I'm saying that right. You can see all this fresh new growth in here. So I'm just gonna come in and cut off the old stuff that flopped at the end of the season last year. Partly because I overwatered it, and partly it just needs to be cut back. All right. Now I can use one of my favorite tools, my Japanese weeder, to get in here and get all these weeds that need to be cleaned up. So this is basically like a handheld hoe, and it makes it so easy. So if you're buying one of these Japanese weeders, you have to get whatever hand you are. So I'm right-handed. So I got a right-handed Japanese weeder. If you're left-handed, it will just be flipped and you order the left-handed one. All right, moving on. These are vibrant virtuoso dahlias. They were so beautiful last year, and they should overwinter for me in zone 9. I left all the foliage on all winter long, and now I'm just cleaning it up so I can get some fresh new growth once it starts heating up. Okay, so that's a big improvement. I've got all the weeds out over here. I got the dahlias picked up, cleaned off. I did cut back some angelonia that I had right here that I'm pretty sure is dead, but I ended up just cutting it off the surface of the soil. So hopefully, maybe, possibly, it'll bounce back. Let me see a weed. And then, of course, weeded everything. So pretty good, pretty quick, but made a big difference. Oh, okay. I'm tired. So I'm like 3/4 of the way through this garden bed right here. You can see my organic bin is chock full. This is the garden bed that was photographed for the Gardener's Idea book, Proven Winners Gardener's Idea book. So if you see that photo, and then you can see what it looks like in the wintertime, you can kind of see the difference. I think it still looks pretty, but one thing I will have to say is this was kind of a last minute plan for this whole planting and photography for the idea book. So I planted it, I think, in March, and the photographers were coming in June. So I had to have it all nice and full for the photographers. I had to have it ready. So I pretty much double overplanted. I completely overplanted this garden bed on purpose. But you can see I have a lantana there, a lantana there, a lantana there, lantana, like way too many lantanas all next to each other. Way too many grasses really, really close to each other on purpose with the thought of I only have a couple months for them to flush out. I am going to thin it out this year. I'm going to probably take about a half of these lantana out so that they can, flush out a little bit more and have a little bit more room to grow. And I think that they'll be a lot happier, but I just want to be honest with you guys. I don't think you should plant this densely. I think it's too much. And right now I am definitely paying the price of over planting, but it was for good reason. Then I have these little blue stems right here that you can see I sheared them back, and those will start flushing out with new growth. And this is a totem pole grass, so that one will get up to 6 feet tall this year. That'll be really pretty. But then you can see over here, this fresh, beautiful green grass. This is actually some of my California native no-mow grass. That stuff over there. Because before I had planned on planting this garden bed, I actually put some of the California native grass here. And I think we were in such a rush to get it planted. I think I just trimmed it back and was like, oh, I'll deal with it later, right? Story of my life, things that I do. But now I'm paying for it because now I am pulling it out, and I am actually coming in here and trying to pull it out from the root. So hopefully it'll stop spreading. It's still, this is going to take me a couple years to get all of this out, but that's what's probably taking me the longest, is dealing with this California native grasses. So when it comes to lantana and cutting back lantana, you don't want to cut back lantana until you're after your risk of last frost. So we are pretty much after my risk of last frost. There's a slight chance, but it would just be a light frost. But the reason is you want all this beautiful foliage on the lantana to protect the crown of the plant, because it is a tender perennial for us, which means if we get a really hard frost or even a freeze one year, the lantana could die for us. Otherwise, it's a perennial for us. And if you live in a warmer climate, it's more likely a hardier perennial for you. But when it's time to cut lantana back, if you'll see, I've already cut this one back, but you can see lantana leafs out all along the leaf nodes along the stem. And so if you let the stem just grow and you don't cut it back, then it'll get more and more woodier and woodier and lankier, and you'll start getting really long, lanky, not very good looking plants. And that's a really common thing with lantana. is people won't cut it back, and then it'll start getting really lanky and it'll start not looking good. So I always like cutting my lantana back. I think it makes a big difference. I like cutting my lantana back because I think it looks good. I personally hate the scent of lantana. Let me know if you guys agree with me. I don't know what it is about this plant. I cannot stand the scent of lantana. Some people love it. I hate it. So I'm sitting here in a sea of lantana and I am not a happy camper, but I know it's going to be very much worth it. So anyway, I think lantana looks a lot better if you're going to overwinter it. I think it looks a lot better if you come in and you cut it back. And you don't want to cut it too far. You don't want to cut it down to here. You want to leave some of these leaf nodes, but you just want to cut it back so that it can be bushier and it's not so lanky, and it'll make a really big difference for you. So I think I'm going to be kind to myself and give myself a break on the lantana garden bed, but I think I'm going to come over here and address these weeds over by my berm. Oh my gosh. So I'm over in the orchard garden bed. This is the berm. I am planning to plant a lime tree in the berm. Hopefully I get to it this week. But this morning, yeah, I noticed I even have weed blooms. Isn't that beautiful? So these weeds come over underneath the fence from my neighbor's goat pasture, and normally the goats take care of it over there, but of course I don't want them in my garden. So I have to take care of these, and it just somehow got out of hand. So I'm gonna get started on these, and hopefully I can make a dent in, especially the ones that are blooming. That is really bad. You're not supposed to let weeds bloom, because once they start blooming, you get the seeds in your garden, and oh man, you're in trouble. I will say though, look at how beautiful my soil looks. And there's earthworms everywhere. Gorgeous. Yes? Watch out. Watch out. Auntie, I can't weed if you're in the way. Sometimes I think when I talk to the camera, he thinks I'm talking to him. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. Am I disturbing you? You're sneezing at me. That means you're annoyed. Am I disturbing you? Oh, did you see that stomp? These goats, they hate me. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'm sorry. My soil is amazing. Oh, it looks so good. Especially compared to what it was like when I first moved in here. It was terrible. It was compacted. It had no life to it. And now there's earthworms all over. Big difference. I think the weeds like it too. That's okay. Okay, I know I've talked your guys' ear off about my Japanese weeder. I just think it's such a good tool, especially for a day like today when you just want to get a lot of really good weeding done. So I showed you guys how you kind of use it like a hoe, right, and go like that. But if you have a bigger weed, this is called a mallow, common mallow. There's other names for it too, but I always call it mallow. This has a really massive taproot that you want to get out. And if I was just to go like this, then I would cut off the top and leave the taproot there. So for this, I use my Japanese weeder to kind of go under like that and almost use it like a trowel. And then that allows me to pull, oh, look at that. Look at that. That allows me to pull the whole weed out and get the entire weed out. So I know this guy's taken care of and it's not going to come back. So there's my progress over here. It's looking pretty good, coming all the way over here, and then I still have more to do, but that's okay. I made really good progress. I made great progress in the center island and even some in the long border, so I am happy. While I'm talking about tools, I just have to say, for a day like today, these overall knee pads, these are from Duluth. I get a lot of questions about where my overalls are from. You guys know I'm ready to work. I am in work mode if I'm wearing my overalls, and that's because they have built-in knee pads. So if you see me kneeling in my garden without a kneeling pad, it's because I have these guys in. So I basically have knee pads in already, and I just love them. They just make my job so easy, and then I can kind of just scooch all over the garden without hurting my knees, because it would definitely hurt my knees if I didn't have any padding. So these you do have to buy separately. They're inserts. There you go, you can see that. They're inserts that you get, and they fit in these, I think they're called gardener's overalls, but I have them in multiple different colors and I love them. Not to like sell you guys or anything like that. I don't make any affiliate money off of these, but if you're looking for good tools, the Japanese weeder and these Duluth overalls with the extra inserts, with the knee pad inserts, that is key. So I think that's gonna be it for today. I feel good because when I filmed my front garden tour, I was embarrassed. There was a lot of weeds. So at least I made some good progress. I still have a ton of work to do, but at least I'm getting somewhere. I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope you all have a chance to get in your garden today.